Hello everyone, Dan here with Dan here Prospecting here, sitting in my Bobcat. Welcome back to my channel. I am here at the Trout Creek mine, my placer operation at Trout Creek. I did some reclamation yesterday. Hopefully you saw that video. If not, there'll be a link somewhere at the end of this one. And today, I am off to do some other jobs. I am going to be cleaning up a mess that some claim jumpers made a few years back. They worked one of my little test pits up here with a high banker, dumped all their tailings down onto the road into the campsite. So I'm gonna see if I can clean up the road to the campsite, make it look nicer. And I'm also going to go and clean up this hillside here a little bit to make access a bit easier and make it so that in the future, after my permits are done, I will still be able to work this area. That's my plan for today. Hopefully we get some good footage of me running the Bobcat. And maybe even doing some test pans of this bank over here once I've got it all cleaned up. Let's hope I have time. Enjoy. Now my plan here is to dig myself a bit of a roadway beside the main road up onto that bank, up to where the test pit was. Moving these big boulders down into a berm along the side between the road and the pathway I'm making. And make a bit of a berm here that will also act in the future as a natural settling pond if we run the high banker up there. We will then afterwards, put lots of greenery on it, put some topsoil there, replant it, make it look nice, and hopefully right along here there'll be a berm. The road into the campsite, the public campsite here, will be nice. I'll try to smooth it off, level it off a bit, and I'll have a nice little pathway up the bank to my test pit where I plan to work next year. I will also maybe drop that danger rock right there, because, this pit here, that's not me at all. That's claim jumpers that have come to dig that. One of these days I'm just going to find feet hanging out of the hole and that rock falls in their head. So I'll grab the Bobcat and drop that rock, get it out of the way. But the pit up there is the one I actually want to get access to, and I want to clean up this area nicely. To drop the danger rock. Now the idea here is that this pit up here in the past has shown good promise. I like what has happened in here. So I am hoping to actually give myself better access down along this little path into this spot, but also create a tailings pond so I can run the high banker right here, discharge into a settling pond right there, and not worry about getting back to the river, because in BC here that's very, very important that your dirty water doesn't go back into the clean rivers. As I'm digging away, I am down 5 feet maybe from the top here, and I am coming across some really nice looking gravels. I kind of don't want to just use those gravels as my berm. I think I'm going to pull out the gold pan and do a couple test pans of that stuff and see what it looks like before I throw it away, because I might want to just keep that stuff and run it all. Problem is, right now it's in the bottom of my tailings pond. This stuff right now is coming from right in there. And it's definitely very, consolidated river gravels in there. But that's the type of stuff in the main pit that was giving me some nice pieces of gold. So I'm going to take that right there, put it in my pan, and see what it has in it. It's the right looking stuff. Now this water is going to be ice cold. Oh yeah, it is. I do have gloves back in the truck. That would be the smart thing to go do. That's cold water. Did I mention it froze last night? Have a look. And a nice piece of gold. Okay, so that tells me what I need to know. It's only one piece of gold, there's actually two, but that's a nice piece. So, I don't want to get rid of those gravels. I'm in it. That's what I want. Look at that coarse gold. Nice thing about Trout Creek here, it's all nice and coarse. And there it is. And a little gemstone of some sort. So that stuff there all has to be run. I still want to deal with that berm. I don't want to throw that away. Maybe I'll just bucket it up and stockpile it somewhere for a run later. It's probably my best bet. Just over there. That's what I'm going to do. Taking a bit of a break here. Thought I'd bring up the camera and show you what I've been working. Here's all that pay material I've been stockpiling. I just popped a rock out of here, and you can see the river run material. Strangely enough, below all the rocks is always open like this, loose and open, but above the rocks is always packed in clay. I'm not entirely sure where I'm finding the gold, if it's packed in the clay or down in the loose stuff. Never really seen it after popping a rock out, but it's in there somewhere. I really wish I had my metal detector with me today to go over this bank here. I'm sure I'd find some signals. But what I have set up is perfect right now. Access to the pit where I was doing so well. I can easily set up the high banker right there, discharge down into this low spot. It would fill up here and I would just run until it's full, then stop and let it drain out. You know, soak into the ground, and then I can run again. It's perfect. Love to see a piece of gold in here somewhere. Probably have one staring at me right now, I just don't know it. I was editing a video last night from the Blue Chip mine, and I took a close-up of one of the quartz seams just with the camera, and when I was editing it I saw gold in it. I didn't see it when I was there, but in editing I saw the gold. So who knows, maybe I've already taken a good shot of gold here for you guys to see and I just don't know it. Anyhow, need a drink, need a snack, then back to work. The rules here in BC say you can't work within 10 meters of the creek. Now the road here going down is definitely within the 10 meter mark, but just be careful. I measured out from the high water mark to those pink marks there, 11 meters. So I'm definitely outside the 10 meter riparian zone, and that's important to me that I make sure I stay well within the rules. Now if I do clean up this road, I will be within the 10 meter mark. I might not be allowed to clean up the road. I don't know about this. I'll have to think a bit. I just want to clean up the ruts in the road here and make a nice smooth road down, you know, for the campers that come out here. This campsite's always got people camped in it, always, except right now. Got people camped in it. People love this spot for just a quick getaway. The problem is the runoff off the road comes straight down here and makes a mess of the road in here. So I was just thinking of being a good Samaritan and cleaning it up for anyone that wants to use it. But because I'm within that 10 meter mark, I don't think I'm allowed to. I see one of these rocks that intrigues me. I keep finding them here. They're just absolutely blood red. Complete rust. Iron oxide. And I actually took one of them, one of the big ones, cracked it open, and in the center of it was a nodule of pyrite and stringers all through the rust of molybdenum. That's a purple sulfide, molybdenite. So I see one down here somewhere. I'm not sure if it's a big rock or just this one. Looks like it's just that. Ooh, falling. But they intrigue me because they were just such mineralized rocks when they were original. They were just a chunk of a pyrite, iron pyrite, or yeah, probably iron pyrite because I see rust. But molybdenite was in there as well. Oh, there's more of it. I've crushed it for sure. Very intriguing, very dirty. So I did do one smoothing pass down the inside edge, farthest away from the creek, just to make the road nice and smooth. My concern here is I don't want the locals that use this spot for camping and recreating to see my digging and get upset. So I figure if I give them something like smoothing out their road, they might be, you know, a little more accepting of me running a placer mine right beside where they like to camp. That's my thought. I don't know. I hope that's okay. I will include this in my report to the ministry so they will know that I did it. And I did what I did in the backside. I took a bunch of sod. Oh, that one needs to be stomped down in more. Ugh. A bunch of chunks of sod. And we gotta lay that one down too. And on the berm to start the grass and greenery growing on this berm. I'm really hoping that this whole berm can stay sort of permanent, grow into a nice lush green
mound and stay there. I'd like to put more topsoil on these rocks here, but as you can see from the pink lines, that is just outside of where I'm supposed to be digging. So I don't want to, risk getting myself in trouble. Be nice if I could put some topsoil on top of those rocks though and get that growing nicely as well. This will grow, this will take off along here. I'm also going to transplant a few little trees. I saw some that were in a bad spot, so I'm going to transplant them onto the berm and get some little spruces growing here. See little spruces up there? I got some others, not those, that I'm just going to put along here. Get some spruces growing on the berm as well. I have about a yard of pay dirt dug that I'm going to run through the high banker, and I will run that before I post this video because unfortunately I can't trust all of my viewers anymore. Some people watch what I do and then come and see what they can steal off me. I'm sure they'd have no problem coming up here and running that while I was away. So I will run that through the high banker before I post this video. And don't worry, you'll see a video of that too. You'll see what's in there. I figure that's about a yard, so it'll give me a good idea of this material coming out of here, what the grade is. I'm really hoping 1/2 to 3/4 of a gram per yard in this. It might be richer, but I'm hoping 1/2 to 3/4. That would be nice, because that hillside has a few 100,000 yards of this material. Now, because I had time, I did another pan. In the next pan, that was the piece that was in the first pan. I just left it in there. But the next pan had another piece. So that is promising. Promising. It's just a flat flake, not a coarse chunk like that, but 2 pans, 2 pieces of gold. Definitely not Pickerton, but I got gold here. There's gold in them there hills. In that there hill. I wonder where bedrock is. I know just on the other side of the camp, there's a pit that goes down to bedrock, and it's not that far down. I did a pit over here my first year of the permits, and I went down a good 5 feet more than that and didn't hit bedrock. So it's not really close, but it's there somewhere. Who knows, maybe deeper is better. Gotta get an excavator in here. More permits. Need more permits.
What better place to sign off a video than sitting at the creek? Trout Creek, beautiful spot. I love the fact that I can get back out here prospecting again. I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos along with me. I will be back up very shortly to run that pile, the yard of material, and see what kind of values are in it. That is actually a very important thing for us right now, to know what that material there, what that bank holds. Sebastian's about to put some permits in for running the upper part, and if we see good values down here, we'll do something down here as well. So it's quite important to us right now. Again, I hope you love watching these as much as I love doing them. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I have hundreds of videos out there on YouTube about mining, rock hunting, metal detecting, all sorts of stuff. I also have social media, Instagram and Facebook. Just search for Dan Hurt Prospecting and you may see some content that never makes it onto YouTube. So please remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and please, please, leave me a comment of some sort. Until the next one, everyone.